everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tiger Dads. I'm Jason Sklar, comedian, podcaster, and a golf dad. My co-host, Beau Bass.
I guess I'm just a podcaster.
You're
now.
a podcaster and you're a golf dad.
I'm a golf dad, for sure.
You
100%.
brought me into this world. We talk on this show, if you haven't seen it before, about what it is to navigate this crazy world of being a parent of a child who plays golf and how to nurture that in them, grow it. We make the mistakes so you don't have to. And we have a great show today because you went out to the Epson Tour and you got some cool interviews.
You know, so exciting. The Epson Tour Championship, which is the LPGA's minor league.
Right, it's like the Corn Ferry.
It's like the developmental tour for the LPGA, just like the Corn Ferry for the PGA.
Great.
They had their tour championship the other week.
In Indian Wells, so that's out in Palm Springs. You drove out with Emmy.
Indian Wells Resort. The Epson Tour was nice enough to get us a spot and set us up, and we interviewed some amazing young players. Maybe
one of the biggest names in junior golf, and we'll explain why as we get into it in this opening thing, but you interviewed, I'm just going to say by first name alone, Amari.
Yeah.
Amari is, if we talk about how maybe a lot of people's introduction to junior golf is the short game, that is a documentary that was made. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. So we've talked about it briefly, but the short game was it was my intro to junior golf. My daughter was like 2 or 3 when we watched it. And it's a really fun, sort of casual, sort of documentary about a bunch of 8-year-olds
from around the world
competing at the World Championships, the U.S. Kids World Championships in Pinehurst, North Carolina,
which is really a representation of some of the best kid golfers from around the world.
I'll tell you the little story. So when I watched this, and Emmy was like 2, and I'm watching Alexa Pano is like 8 years old, who is now 1 on the LPGA Tour. Amari Avery, who we'll talk about in a bit, is an 8-year-old, and a bunch of boys too. I'm watching this, and I'm like, I will never get to go to this because these kids are so phenomenal. I'm like, just watching how good they are, I'm like, I'll never get to go to this.
And they were 8 in this documentary. That is so funny that you see it, because as you see it and the way they put it together, first of all, professional documentary looks great, but you start to see what it takes, how hard these kids train, where they come from to get there. And yeah, I could see how it seems like there's a barrier to entry, like there's no way you're going to make it. But you went to Worlds with Emmy, with your daughter.
I will preface that my daughter is not Alexa Pano. It is not Amari Avery, some of the other kids that they highlighted. But what I will say is, for parents who have kids starting out, start your kids, once they get a little comfortable playing golf and understand some rules, 7, 8 years old, get them playing U.S. kids tournaments.
Great call. You recommend that to me. We've been doing it. It's wonderful. And I'll tell you this, for the younger ages, when we go out and play tournaments for JDT, those are all par 3s with maybe a couple par 4s worked in. If your kid is more of a big hitter and kind of can drive the ball pretty well, you actually want to go play some par 4s and par 5s because, first of all, it gives your kid a chance to hit a bad shot and then come back and recover on the hole. If you hit a bad shot on a par 3, the whole hole is kind of messed up, and that might even mess up your tournament. So there's a lot more pressure on every shot in a JDT like 8 to 11 range kit tournament. More pressure in terms of if your goal is to play well. But I think in the U.S. kids, it was a wonderful eye-opening experience for us because we're like, oh, there's some par 5s here. You can hit a squib shot and then recover.
It's a little more real golf. And I'll tell you, so we signed Emmy up for her first tournament when she was 8.
8 years old, okay.
And in my head, I'm picturing every one of these kids like Alexa Pano and Amari Avery, right from the dock, from watching the short game. And we go out there, and I'm expecting she's going to get the doors blown off. And we went out there. And after her first season, she actually won the 8 and Under Tour Championship. And I was like,
okay.
She was not great, but she was good for 8. We had a ton of fun.
Awesome.
She's in the background making all kinds of faces.
Because you said not great, right.
But she was great. The point was that you can go and play and compete at these junior levels. And the way the U.S. Kids works is if you do well at a local level,
you go to a regional
you get invites to state and regional and these other tournaments. And so she got an invite to Pinehurst Worlds. And we went with a really good friend of ours who we met through one of my close golf dad buddies.
Nice.
His daughter and Emmy, like a week apart in age. They met playing tournaments, and we've been friends ever since. So we went to Pinehurst with them. And like, I have to say, the most amazing experience.
Well, so all these families are descending on this place, this iconic American, you got to say top 10 golf course in America, like legendary.
Pinehurst number 2. We didn't play Pinehurst number 2 for U.S. Kids Worlds, but it's like, it's like U.S. Open Championship course.
Yes, and it is an iconic course, one of the great mid-Atlantic East Coast courses. And the fact that you got to just go there with your daughter for a tournament, feels great.
There are 1,500 kids competing from 8 all the way up to 12, or from like 6 all the way to 12.
Amazing.
Boys and girls, in 1 year age gaps. And it is like, I mean, there's definitely some people there who are like there to win, but I would say 75-80% are just there for the experience and have a good time. They have this huge parade.
Where you walk with your country, right?
You walk with your country, and kids have flags, and it's just like you walk through the little town and village of Pinehurst. It is
amazing.
Awesome. And it is, we talk about trying to get our kids to love golf. We walked away from there, and Emmy was like, she couldn't wait to play more golf. She couldn't wait to, we met friends from all over the world that Emmy's still friends with.
Amazing.
We just saw a girl from England that we met when we were 8 at Pinehurst, and Emmy stayed in touch with her this entire time.
Well, and now with social media and a way to, like, when we were kids, you had to go write a letter to somebody. It's like, F that. There's no way you're going to be doing that. But if you have a kid who can like communicate through Instagram or through whatever, send a DM, now you can stay connected to these kids all around the world. So the starting point, the entry point is US Kids Golf. That's our tip to you out there if you want to get on this track.
I would say start with watch the short game.
Watch the short game.
Watch the short game with your kids.
And you recommended that to me, and it became my daughter's favorite documentary. We watched it like 20 times.
We've watched it so many times.
And I love all the kids in it, and I love the characters, and you do realize that they are just kids, and there's so much joy in the way that they play golf if they hit a good shot, and you do see sometimes, you see the moments where the parents are pressurized on the kids, and I love that you get into that a little bit with Amari Avery today about the relationship with her dad, who was kind of hard on her even in this documentary. But, the good and the bad that came out of that for her, like he really had a vision for her, and then the vision became hers, but it's in there.
The short game was a great sort of fun, but also like life lesson snapshot.
Yes.
You see some of the parents in there have some cringe moments that I'm sure they regret, but I'm like, we have cringe moments with our kids
all
that
the time.
We regret like immediately. Like I've told stories in the very first episode. I'm like, how did I say that?
Yep. So it makes them real. It's not all like lollipops and sunshine. There's something in this documentary that humanizes everyone.
Yeah.
And that's true. And it does make you feel like, as a parent, okay, this happens all the way up the line to the best.
It's a fun watch. Again, I highly recommend watching that with your kids. It's on Netflix.
Check it out. We have no affiliation to it. We're just promoting it.
It's such a great lead to like watching with your kids. Your kids see people their age doing it, and it's sort of like, oh, they can do it, I can do it.
Inspirational.
And then leads you into U.S. Kids local tournaments. And, U.S. Kids, we've talked, has tournaments all over the country. Find a local tournament, start early, no pressure, just go have fun. You'll meet friends. Our daughters have become friends through that.
Totally.
Like I just said, I've got some of my best friends now are kids that we met playing U.S. Kids, at 8 years old.
I love it. And I do think there's an element of, I don't know about you, but I was always looking at like, what happened to the kids from Hoop Dreams? Like that documentary, you want to track where these kids ended up. And that's why I'm so excited about this episode today. Because you got to sit down with Amari Avery. We get to see from this little girl who was like, I want to be the female Tiger Woods. And you see her grow up, and you see that, number one, I'm so happy she stuck with golf. I'm so happy she didn't burn out. I'm really happy that she's adopted a lot of these attitudes. She's so fun. She's so honest. She's so present in this interview. You guys did a great job. I can't wait for these people to see it.
Amari is fantastic, and we were able to interview a bunch of players out there. But the episode coming up, we're going to share interviews with Amari and interviews with Zoe Campos,
who is also amazing.
Amari went to USC. Zoe, same age, played at UCLA. They're both on the Epson Tour together now, and we're going to have some unbelievable bonus content. Our first Dads Roundtable, we actually got to sit down with Amari and Zoe's dads, Andre Avery and Noel Campos. And so we had our first dads roundtable. So we interviewed both the girls, and we'll have some killer bonus content, from the dads. And so I would say, go watch a short game and see Andre in that.
And then
listen to the interview and the bonus content, because it's so interesting how both he and Amari have grown from when she was 8 years old to she's 22 now, I think.
Yeah, because we as parents grow too. As golf dads, we have to grow. It's like we're not done growing. We're not done developing as people. This process helps us grow as human beings.
We got some, I think, gold nuggets of advice from Amari and Zoe, from the player perspective and from the dad perspective. It was great. This is a great trip, and really huge thanks to the Epson Tour for giving us the space and time out there.
Thank you guys, and let's kick it to the interview and let people watch it. All right, we'll be right back.
I could go on and on. Amari, so excited to have you join us today.
Thanks for
being here. So just wrapping your, this is your sophomore season on the Epson Tour.
Ish, yeah.
Because you're sort of like short season. Okay, so first full year. We'll call you rookie year. Rookie full year on the Epson Tour. Great day today.
Thank you.
Excellent round. Congratulations. We look forward to hopefully seeing you on the LPGA next year. But we're going to go backwards to your junior career. Now, a lot of people, we've talked about the Short Game, famous junior golf show. It's currently streaming on Netflix.
Yep.
Going all the way back, what was it like as a junior, starting off? Obviously, your sister plays. Your father did not play.
No.
What was it like starting out so young?
I mean, honestly, it's all I can remember, to be honest. I mean, I've been playing golf since I was 3 years old, so for as long as I can remember, I've been playing golf. Always had a club in my hand. But yeah, I mean, I think junior golf, looking back, all the memories, all the events, all the emotions. It's crazy to think about all the stuff we went through just to make it here.
I'm sure. I'm trying to be smart about this because, I'm sure you've been asked so many questions that you've probably heard the same questions over and over again. But, I want to sort of think about, what, besides, pushing you and putting you in the tournaments, was there something that you're, whether your parents or coaches, what did they do? Because obviously at some point, we always talk about this, at some point you have to drive the train, right? This becomes your show. What did they, again, not necessarily your parents, at what point did it become let me rephrase this because I'm trying to get this out the right way. What did somebody, whether it's your parents or coaches, what did somebody do to sort of help you take ownership of your junior career?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say it was my parents and maybe just some of my coaches growing up. I think they were very adamant on me owning my game a little bit. I think starting out playing tournaments. I mean, I think I won my first tournament at 5 years old. And obviously, I don't really think I took full ownership of my game until probably 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Which is crazy young to be
early. It's still very early, but I think for me, it felt like it took a while for me to really acknowledge, I'm really good at this. I should take ownership of this, and I should, be thinking of ways to get better. But before that, and even through that, I think my dad was, really tough on me to, get better, and not necessarily forced me to be out there, but definitely had a heavy hand on controlling, what I did, what tournaments I played, how I handle myself and how I prepared myself for tournaments and stuff like that. So I definitely think it was my dad, and then, of course, just some coaches growing up, too.
Okay, this is a personal question for me because I want to figure this out. Emmy and I are trying to figure this out, right? Emmy's 12, she's competing, she's doing great. She'll make a double. I'll get frustrated. She'll start getting emotional, right? And obviously, you were a kid. Watching the short game, you were a kid. You got emotional. You were 8 in that? 7?
Yeah, I was 8.
Right? So it's natural.
Yes.
What did you do? What can you help us with? Help parents at home with? What does it take for you to sort of as a player to sort of move out of obviously hit a bad shot, we still get upset.
Yeah.
But this sort of positive emotion versus getting emotional, breaking down on a course?
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is a little cliche, but I think it's all about maturity. And I think some people get it a little bit, faster than others. I said this even to my little sister. And we both have had different ways of acting on a golf course when, bad things happen. But I told her, I was like, you never know. Like when you're 15, 16 years old, like there's just going to be a light, like a switch, and you're just going to react to things a little bit differently. Obviously that's stuff that you learn as you keep playing and you keep experiencing, different things. But at least, for me personally, like it was just, I had to go through those experiences. I had to, react poorly to a shot and, really just kind of be in that moment, because I think that's really natural to me. I just think I'm a very fiery person. I get upset about, a lot of like little things. And I'd like to say that I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So I just think when I see something that's not up to my standards, I definitely react in a poor way sometimes. And I still do that. I think that's always going to be the case for any golfer. But I think when you're so young, like looking back, at least for me, I made everything so important. Like when I was on that golf course, like it was so important. That was like the only thing I could think about. And obviously when you get done with it and you look back on the experience, you're like, it's not the end of the world. Like I talked to, some friends, like some guy gave me an analogy. He was like, when you like fly on a plane and you're leaving the tournament and you look down, like if you saw the golf course, like, would you really think your problems were that big? Like when you're up here, like in the plane, and I'm like, no, not really. But when you're down there and you're experiencing it all, it can be very frustrating. But I think that's something you just work through.
That's okay. So that's great, because it's sort of like some of those reminder is a maturity thing.
Yes.
At 8 or 12, that you're still young.
Yeah.
So letting kids cry a little bit on the course.
It's normal. It's normal.
It's a maturity thing.
Yeah.
And then also that's a great reminder of like these junior tournaments. We keep hearing this from pros, right? Like those didn't matter.
Also, I know my dad does this, like on the golf course. If he has a bad round, it almost feels like you're close to crying. Not like crying, but you definitely get like frustrated crying.
When I'm playing.
Yeah, like say like a parent like starts playing and they start playing badly, like you're gonna get frustrated too, right? So it's like probably harder for kids to do it too.
That also is a good point.
It's fair. That's a fair point.
Okay. No, but this is great. This is great advice.
Yeah.
In terms of looking back, whether it's your own career or other juniors you've watched, or any things you would say like, don't do that. Like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy with his arms crossed. Just, mean mugging your kid. Like, what any advice for us as parents? Like,
as parents,
not to do.
That's something I think my dad could probably help you with, but at least just, from a player and, having my dad on the bag and being out there with me. I just think like not being super harsh, like at the end of the day, like looking back, like I forgot how old you said you were, but no matter if you're 8, 11, 12, I mean, like you're still like 12 years old, like you're still a young person, like you're still learning about life and you're out on the golf course learning. But at the same time, it's like I had to realize too, like I know it's my dream to be the best in the world, but it started with my dad. Like he's the one who got me into the game. And so I think that with parents, you have to almost give them a little bit of grace too. Like it is their dream too, and they're just trying to help. But I think it can be harmful sometimes.
We just want so badly to see you succeed.
Right. But I do think that, some parents I've seen, and even with my dad too sometimes, like I think when you get so invested in that, you put everything into this one thing, it gets, the lines of like father-daughter or player-caddy, it can get blurred. And I just think sometimes it kind of goes a little overboard where it's like, this is a little detrimental to me as the player, to the kid. But again, that's a maturity thing. You keep learning and growing. It's not like my dad, he didn't do this before, like with another kid. Like this is his first time doing it as well. So it's also his first experience. So he's learning as he's going too. So I think it's just a learning process as you go.
That's great. Cause like we've had that same learning experience where like I was way harder on you at 8.
And I was like 8, although I don't really remember like very clearly. I do remember being like a little hard, and I remember crying a lot.
I was way harder at 8 than I am at 12. And now I'm like, I've backed all the way off.
Yeah.
But it
sometimes you have your moments, but that's sometimes.
Yes. But that's a great point to just sort of like, give your child grace, give yourself grace,
Yeah.
And yeah, these junior tournaments looking back, they just don't matter. Like even us, we look back and I'm like, tournaments at 8, I'm like, that didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it, like if you're, in this for the long run and you want to be a professional golfer, potentially be the best in the world, like when people look back at your career when all's said and done, like they're only going to be looking at your professional accomplishments. Like sure, like, you know, when I'm all said and done, I can be like, yeah, I won the Cal-Am when I was, you know, 13 years old. But at the end of the day, it's like it didn't really matter. But of course, like it did matter to me, like when I was playing it, and it still matters. Like I think it was just, you know, a nice thing to have like when I was that young. But yeah, in hindsight, I don't think it matters as much, but it definitely does matter to a point.
Well, I'll go back, and when you were talking, one of the things I really like that you said is that like that it was your game. It was like your dream. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's your kid. It's got to be your kid's dream to get to this level, there. Certainly, versus like our dream, because you're not getting to where you are if it's just our dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So okay, I'm taking up so much time, but this is great. I feel like I'm getting so much great stuff from you. I want to turn you over to Emmy.
Okay.
So I have like 4 or 5 questions for you. So number 1, I was like, what's some advice that you wish you like took from your dad when you were a kid that you kind of like regret not listening to?
Well, that's a good one.
Honestly, that is a great question. When he would try and get me to like not necessarily practice more, but when he would try and, you know, tell me about my swing and stuff and try and help me with, you know, different parts of my game, I kind of brushed him off a little bit because I was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm the one who's out there, like, playing. But the thing is like, he went to every lesson. And he was there for all of it. He has videos of a lot of my lessons. Like, so even though he's not the one hitting the ball, like, he definitely has a bird's eye view, I think, of the stuff that I'm learning. And I wish I kind of took that in a little bit more. I definitely did, but I dismissed it a lot, too, because I felt like, I was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm this player, like I can do it, like whatever, but I do wish that I listened a little bit more with that stuff. But I think we've gotten better now.
This is another one, but like I do that too sometimes, so
it's normal.
I'll remember that, and you've just given my dad leverage. So
Dang.
I'm sure your dad, like, maybe I'm crazy, but like I scout courses for her. I'm like,
he stalks people.
Well, no, but you like check it out. Okay, what's the field look like? Mm-hmm. You know, where should you be finishing?
Right.
Like we as parents work hard at this too sometimes.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Like my dad did that too, and I think he probably still does. I think it is only for to benefit us, but yeah, I think sometimes.
Yeah. Sorry, Emmy, I don't want to hijack.
Okay. What are 3 things you have like in your bag besides your clubs that you can't live without?
I always have sunscreen in my bag. I have to have sunscreen. So sunscreen. I always have a Sharpie in my bag. I have to mark my balls. And I don't know. I guess a couple ball markers. I always forget ball markers. Like I have to have at least 3 in my bag.
Labubu hanging on the bag.
No. Oh my gosh. I know you guys had Zoe on, and she knows this. I hate Labubus.
What? I have 7. It's a problem. Like a serious problem.
But you're like a kid. Like this is. I think adults should not have Labubus.
No, but like,
especially on their golf bags.
Okay. I have 7 Labubus, and this is just like a quick story. I know, but one of them we found out was like cursed. Again, superstitious.
I've heard about this stuff.
My mom was like, "Oh, I see people on Instagram like baptizing their Labubus. We have to go like." Because like Labubu was named after the demon Pazuzu, and like we googled,
it was?
yeah,
we googled that was like a theory.
We googled Pazuzu. It's like a Babylonian demon,
yeah,
and people would make like cultural burnings and sacrifices for like Pazuzu in order to get protection. So now my parents are like, we have to have a burning for your Labubus, or we throw them out. It's really bad. Okay,
this is exactly why I don't have a Labubu.
Are there any like mental golf tips that you learned that are like you always carry with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the mental notes that like I like to keep with myself is just staying really competitive. I think sometimes like when you have bad holes or bad shots, it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to really stay in it and stay competitive. But that's one I've gotten recently from a good friend of mine. And he just told me, like, stay really competitive, stay in the game. Don't don't get too down on yourself, because you don't want to ever really get too high or too low. I think just sometimes having like that even keel, like mellow mindset is the best way to go about it. But yeah, like staying competitive is my favorite thing, just to stay in it, because it allows me to like have those bigger emotions on the course without getting too far down on myself if I hit a bad shot.
Yeah. Okay. You played at Augusta National, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite food that they serve there?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. Honestly, the peach ice cream sandwich.
Everybody loves the peach ice cream
That one's
sandwich.
really good. I will say though, like, hot take, the pimento sandwich is disgusting.
It's so gross.
I think people fake
disgusting.
it just to like hold up the legacy of it.
Yeah, no, it's really gross.
No, it's disgusting.
No, they filmed like a video for Drive Jib and Putt where all the kids are like, "Oh, this is pretty good," and I was like, "No kid thinks that the pimento sandwich is good," but okay,
it's no good.
The pork sandwich is good.
I don't
like
think
the
I've had
one.
the pork sandwich.
What?
No,
That's the best one.
I think I had the tuna salad one.
Oh.
Or no, the chicken salad sandwich. That one's good.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
Okay, last question. What's the most embarrassing moment you've had on the golf course?
Oh my gosh. Actually, this was really recent. I can't remember exactly like what was going on, but I was on the course and I thought a girl hit like a really good shot, and usually like I don't really say much on the course for other like my playing competitors, but I thought she like made a hole in one actually, but we couldn't see the pin from where we were on the par 3, and we get up there and I still don't see a ball. Like I see my ball and the other girl's ball, and I was like, I think you might have made it. I don't think you need your putter. And she got up there and the ball was like just long, like in the bunker, and obviously we wouldn't have seen it, and I felt like a terrible person. I was just like, you don't need your putter. And I was like, oh my God.
You need your wedge.
It was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm so sorry. And I think she ended up bogeying that hole, and I felt terrible. I felt terrible. Obviously, there was no ill will, but I just thought, I knew it was in the hole, and I was, I know. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Well, Amari, thank you so much for taking a few minutes after your round. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We look super forward to following you on tour. How can people at home follow you on socials?
They can follow me on Instagram at Amari_Avery, and I think my Facebook is the same thing. I don't run my Facebook though.
All right. Emmy didn't even know what Facebook was.
Yeah.
No, I knew what Facebook was. I just wasn't sure if it was Meta or X. No, all of our food and cups just started flying off the balcony.
Anyway, Amari, thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tiger Dads on location in Indian Wells here at the Epson Tour Championship. We're lucky enough to be joined by Zoe Campos today. Zoe is junior phenom from Southern California, UCLA player. We love the UCLA program, right, Emmy? Mm-hmm. And just wrapped up her first season on the Epson Tour. Zoe, how you doing? How was this first season on tour?
I'm not gonna lie, it was a little rough. Definitely a big change from college to turning pro, but I did have a lot of fun out there. A lot of learning experiences, but yeah, it's tough, definitely.
It's a big change from having your parents take everything and the team take everything to really being your own, like your own operation out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think, when you're in college, like everything's taken care of for you. You're kind of just, all you have to do is just play. But here you're really doing everything. You're booking the flights, you're booking the cars, the hotels, like you're driving now. So it's all on you, pretty much.
I mean, you should really appreciate all the driving and the ticket booking and all the things your dad does for you.
I can't do that, so.
This is true. Zoe, let me just take it all the way back. Since, we're here at Tiger Dads, we're trying to teach people, you're talking about Epson Tour, but obviously you've had an amazing career up to this point, both in juniors and college. We're trying to, let people know, so they're getting your kids into golf, what are the things you can do to help your kids? How old were you when you first started playing?
I think I just turned 8. And then I think a month after I went straight into tournaments.
So I'm picking up a club and I'm parents sending me straight into tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty natural to me golf was. And then my dad just signed me up, and then from there we just kept going.
So what was he taking you to the range? Did your parents play? Did your dad play?
My dad started when basically I started. He went on a trip back to the Philippines, and then he was introduced there by his cousin, and then he came back home and then introduced it to me and my brother. Unfortunately, my brother didn't like it.
Didn't take.
No, but I just kept going, and I fell in love with it right away.
Your brother probably didn't like getting beat by his sister so badly so quick.
Probably not.
1 month, 1 month in, started tournaments. I love that. Just all in.
I'm
Yeah.
an only child, but I would like to have a little brother because like it's just like good practice when you're like beating someone.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to beat up on someone.
So what would you say, obviously like besides throwing you in, getting you started early, were there anything that your dad or your parents did that were like, hey, this was something that really like helped me or got me going or got me excited about golf?
I would say he just tried to make it fun for me as much as possible, whether it be playing with some friends or playing with him and trying to beat him and making some small bets. Just always trying to challenge me and just doing whatever makes it fun. Like even like on the chipping green, like I'm hitting flop shots over him, like those little things.
By small bets, do you mean like money bets, or do you mean like items or
Some money bets or some like gift, like you can buy me like ice cream or something.
Emmy's,
that was like the rule that my dad had. Like if you like blah blah blah, then I'll get you something like golf related.
Emmy's definitely financially motivated. I've definitely lost some money out there.
Yeah.
Some money.
Besides like what things that went well, or anything you can think back of like, okay, like I was, grinding in tournaments and these are things that I saw that like, don't do this. Don't be that guy. Like, what would you tell parents like not to avoid doing?
I would say definitely for parents, like it is one thing to be hard on your kid, but I think being too hard can be too much, because I know when I was 14, my dad was very tough on me. I mean, would get mad when, I didn't play well when I was younger. But when I was 14, I remember telling him, like, if you're going to continue getting mad, I don't want to play anymore, because that's not fun. All I want is just the support and the love. And I know it's, disappointing sometimes when we don't play well. But at the end of the day, like, we don't need any more disappointment from someone else. We kind of already have that for ourselves. So just being there and just having a positive attitude.
Yeah, that's such a good reminder. Like, so parents, the players know, right? You know when you're not playing well, so they don't need us to tell them they're not playing well.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Zoe, thank you for spending a few minutes. I'm going to turn you over to Emmy for probably some more fun questions.
Sure.
But go ahead, Em. Go ahead.
You're
Sure.
gonna fish
No,
me.
it's okay. I was going to ask her about playing golf in the Philippines, but
Oh, now I want to ask you about playing golf in the Philippines.
Sure.
What do you like about golf in the Philippines?
I don't like it. I don't like the Philippines.
You don't?
It's all hot and humid.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But somebody told me that in the Philippines, like, they have mango trees, and you just take a rope and you, like, chuck it at the tree, and then you have, like, a fresh one. I don't know.
You can.
I'm,
Yeah.
like, all crazy about snacks.
And
but-
I love Filipino mangoes. They're
Yeah, I
really
like the
good.
dried ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like fresh ones would be better. Anyway. Okay. What's your favorite game day snack? Like, what do you like to eat on course?
I always eat bananas.
Bananas?
Yeah.
That's,
2 bananas around.
That's good. My dad always does that. Sorry, I'm blanking. What's like your favorite tournament to go to?
On tour?
Yeah.
So far this year, it was the one in Vegas. I think just because it's close to home and I'm very like familiar with the area, and there's just a lot of things to do there.
I did a tournament in Vegas, but they picked a really bad course, so it was cold and like the conditions were really bad. The course was really bad.
Which course was it?
It was the one in Prim.
Oh, I used to play that one.
We did like Western Cup there. It was all like dead and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
It used to be nice.
What about, and not just like tournament course, but like any tournaments like historically that you were like, okay, I can't wait to go back there? I mean, maybe not even tournaments, like any courses that you're like, that place was amazing. That was like my favorite golf.
I haven't been back, but I'd love to go back to Liberty National. I know they have the LPGA Mizuho there, so hopefully in the future. But
So when you played there, were you playing in the AJGA event there?
yeah,
Okay.
It was the Polo something. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite golf movie? Like, if you had to pick.
Ooh. I have to go with Happy Gilmore.
Of course. Did you watch the second one?
I
The
did.
second one is so funny. I feel like critics are like hating on it, but the fans are like loving it because why not? The Willie Z part when they were all like, when they literally make Will Zalatoris like his caddy, I was laughing so hard. My mom had no idea what was going on because she's not a golfer, so she didn't understand. But it was like, it was perfect and it was amazing. And I love how everything was a flask. It was just funny.
Yeah, it was definitely a laugh for sure.
Okay. What's your like most embarrassing moment on the golf course?
Yesterday I did trip over my golf bag. That's the only thing I can think of. My bag was just laying down, and then I tried to step over it, but I stepped on this in between the bag and the strap.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then
had this very horrible moment at like Junior Worlds where like you caddy for yourself, so I was like pushing my cart and then I just noticed like this big splash like on my sleeve. A bird had just bombed on me and then like I was trying to walk from green to tee and I was like scrubbing it with the towel and it wouldn't come off, but I was also like really behind and the rest of my group was already at the tee. They had already teed off and I hadn't even like taken my driver out. My dad was like, "Emmy, what are you doing? It's your turn." I was like, "I'm trying to get it off, but it's not coming off." And he's like, "Just do it later." But it was really gross because I kept trying to like wipe it off and then I was like behind and then like I remember I forgot it was there and I wiped my forehead.
Oh, no.
It was so gross. It was so gross.
That's good luck though. No,
I would not call that good luck. I didn't play good either. I think it was bad luck. It was a bad bird.
Emmy, any last questions?
No, I think that's
All
it.
right. Zoe, thank you so much for joining us today. If people want to follow your career, where can they keep an eye on you?
Just Instagram, Zoe Campos, 3
Zoe?
S's.
Zoe Campos, 3 S's.
Yep.
Good luck next season. We look forward to following you on tour. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that was amazing. Thank you for heading out to the Epson Tour and talking to these guys. It's so inspiring to hear their words, and it gets you excited to watch your golf daughter grow up in this game.
Man, if I talked about my only dream of caddying for Emmy in a USGA event, but like these guys and dads, if you watch the bonus content, were both there caddying for their daughters the Tour Championship. I mean, man, can't get better than that.
It's so good. It's so exciting. We are grateful for you guys for watching. Tell your friends about it. If you got a friend who's a golf dad or a golf mom or someone who might be interested in this, spread the word, like, subscribe, share it with people. That's how we grow, and we get to keep doing this. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's fun to do this with you.
Thank you. Looking forward to sharing more of these.
Straight down the middle. It went straight down the middle.